Welcome to my YouTube channel today. My name is Scot Mendenhall, and today we have a float along with half my crew as we hit a brand new berm that we built in our backyard. So much fun. Today we're going to talk about the brand new tire from Float Life, the BURRIS 6 Pro X. I think that it's a long name, but that's the new tire sitting there. We're going to compare it as we ride and check out some of the lakes around here in Minnesota and hit trails and hit the streets. We're going to talk about why we like it, what are some of the things we don't like about it, and everything in between life. This is going to be a long one today. Some of you said you enjoyed the long one, so we're going to bring back the long version today and bring you into your weekend with some floating in Minnesota as we're hitting some trails like literally in my backyard, and we're mobbing the mess out of this. Like there's no like, oh, let's just stroll along. Nope, we're hitting it. We're hitting roots, big roots as well. You'll see them here in a second. I can safely say, since we've already recorded this, that no one crashes today, even as we hit these big roots. And this tire handled them like a champ. I enjoyed the ride. As you can tell, that drop there made my feet adjust on the foot pads, and that's always scary to do, is to wiggle your feet around while you're moving, so in hopes that you don't fall off. But let's pause in the conversation and just take a look at the lake here in Minnesota that's in our backyard. As today we were hit with a polar vortex, and it's 30 degrees at this moment of filming this. That is so, I love the look of that. We're not going at the end of the dock, however, because at the end down there are some geese sunbathing, and rightfully so. They should be sunbathing. It's freezing cold outside. We'll let them go as we're going to get back into the trails in our backyard. And we're going to give you a couple more lake shots as we go out today. And I hope you enjoy nature and things of that nature. I almost said nature again, but I felt like that was just too much. This tire, let's just geek out about tires for a second, okay? This tire, I do enjoy the way it rides, the way it was built. I like the stronger sidewalls on it, because when you go to lean into it, the turns and having to go around roots and all those things, it gives you a confidence that it's not squishy, so you don't feel like you're falling. You ever had that sensation you're laying in your bed and you flinch because you thought you were falling but you weren't? It's kind of like that. Some of the wheels we've rode give you that feeling like, oh gosh, I thought I was falling over, but it was just the sidewalls are squishy, so it gives that sensation. Where the Float Life Pro tire from BURRIS 6 is just built well in that idea. It's the closest tire, in my opinion, to the Vega Slick, the stock tire. It feels very similar to that, and that's what we've been on the hunt for. The Hoosier the Hoosier Terrain 2 tire, that is a little bit more rounded than the BURRIS 6 here from Float Life, and so it feels that it just kind of falls into the carve in the turning, which is great. It just doesn't have that natural feeling that you know from the Vega, and that's what we're on the hunt for, is that feeling. And we've not rode the new Vega tire, treaded tire yet. I can't get a hold of it. Some of you have been so great to send us links, but they're sold out, so we're waiting for those places to get into stock with them. They are either that popular, or they're just not making that many. One cool note about this tire is how quiet it is. And so I'm going to give you a second to hear how quiet it is on the street, because I think it's the quietest treaded tire that we've ever had put on this XR. Take a listen. I think it's quiet. It's more quiet than the pint tires, and those are slicks. As I was in that moment there listening to it, I was like, wow, yeah, that's really quiet. So I just got to, again, give mad props to Float Life and BURRIS for teaming up and coming up with something that is pretty stellar as we hit Mother Nature's bowl here, where you just get a carve left and right, and it's so much fun. We could spend all day there, but we're off to have an adventure early in the morning here. And I learned from, I think it's Waima, a follower of ours, gave us this information that the BURRIS 6 has a line down the middle. It breaks up the tread. It's like a little bit of slick area on the tire, and they said that is so it helps with the noise dampening when riding on the street. And yeah, it must. I mean, it's super quiet, and no other treaded tire that we have rode have that center slick area on the tread. So that must be the reason why it's so quiet on pavement, which I really enjoy the quietness. The reason I enjoy slicks are they're super quiet. And as we ride early, it's about 8 in the morning here, and we're trying to just be with Mother Nature as much as we can and not scare the geese away. And we want to be able to be kind of stealthy in the woods and stuff. So I do want some quietness as you get a good shot of the yellow handle on an all blacked out Onewheel. No, I'm not a Batman fan. He's okay, but if I'm picking a superhero, I'm going Aquaman or Superman. And I can't. There's some about, if I can get into the superhero conversation for a second that my kids and I have, because Epic, who's in the green right here, he loves Batman. But my problem with Batman is he's just really rich. That's his superhero power, is he's rich, so he can buy toys. He doesn't actually have any natural abilities. And so it's a debate we have in our house. He also likes Black Panther, but Black Panther, again, similar situation. Okay, moving on. In the tundra of Minnesota, though it looks super warm, just a reminder, it is not warm at this point. And at this point, some of my girls here are going, my ears are cold, and we're not even halfway through the ride. If I'm choosing a tire at this moment in this ride, I'm going to stick with the BURRIS 6 from Float Life. There is a big difference between the BURRIS 6 and Float Life Pro X BURRIS 6. Big difference in the two tires. We rode the other BURRIS 6, and it's okay, but it's not as soft. The compound is different, so the ride is very different. The sidewalls are squishier than this, and so the ride is night and day different when you're purchasing your tire, which I suggest this if you're looking for a treaded tire. You need to make sure you get Float Life's version and not just the BURRIS 6, okay? That's just from me. It's my opinion. You might enjoy a different ride. I know this tire isn't even available yet. So some of you are like, well, I have to wait. I think in the next couple of weeks, it'll go live on their website, and it's worth a purchase, okay? Make sure you grab that, and you're not going to be disappointed. Because up to a week ago, I was thinking, okay, I would go with the Hoosier Flight Fin trail tire, and trail tire too. I thought that's where I would go. And as I ride this one now, I'm like, I don't think I'm going to pick that tire at all, because what that was going to make me do is I was going to use a slick during the summer months and then put the treaded tire on the winter, and I still might do that, but I think I'm going with this tire just because I enjoy the ride. I do wish that someone would come out with the 6-inch and not these 5. This is 6-inch. I wish that they would come out with one that is as wide as the Vega, is what I'm trying to say, because they're all about a ½ inch narrower. I like that extra rubber hitting the ground, the extra width of my tire. I enjoy that, and so I wish I had that in these tires, is what I'm trying to say. But I can't. I'm not building tires, so I'm not telling people what they need to be doing. I'm just saying it would be nice. So we are truly after the Vega tire that is treaded, because it's the same width as the stock. We want to know what that feels like. And we got some more thoughts on the tire, but let's change a little bit. As we live in Minnesota, this weekend is fish opener, which means you can go fishing. In Minnesota on February 28th, they close fishing except for panfish, which are crappie, sunnies, and bluegills. You can fish for them, but you can't fish for any bass or any northern or any walleye or anything. I mean, nothing else can you fish for until Mother's Day weekend. I'm not sure why they do fish opener on Mother's Day weekend. Doesn't seem like a very good gift for moms that the dads would want to leave the house to go fishing, but hey, Fish opener happens this weekend, so we'll be fishing as soon as we get all of our videos and things done for the weekend, which we have a great premiere video this Sunday at 10 a.m. on our channel. It's a race in the trails between Lily, Joey, Kristen, and I. We're all riding one wheels this week because Joey finally got his one wheel that he won, and we're going to race in the trails. I did not pick where we were racing. The team picked it. They wanted to race in the trails, and we went in the trails, and I can't tell you, but I want to tell you how it goes. You're gonna laugh. If you need a good laugh on Sunday morning, you need to jump in on our premiere at 10 a.m. Jump in the chat room. We can all talk live or drop a comment down below. So that'll be happening on Sunday. Super excited about that. A couple other things. You guys are often asking, what do I film these rides with? As we need a clever name for that. If you got a name for this series where we're floating around with the kids, I would love help with that. But I film with a GoPro Hero 8, and it has built-in stabilization, so it makes it super buttery smooth and not all vibrating and crazy. And then we use what is called from GoPro the Grande stick, and so it's just longer than a normal selfie stick, so it allows us to get it straight on the ground. Sometimes, if you've noticed, I've run the camera into the ground just because I'm not paying attention, but it just allows us to capture buttery smooth content in any weather, in any terrain, and I don't have to worry about scratching it all up. If I was out there with my Sony cameras, I'd be really nervous about some of the ways we've been riding. And then we also use the GoPro Max, which is a 360 camera. All the race footage that you see on Sundays are recorded on the GoPro Max, and that's a superb camera as well. It just captures all around us and allows us to be able to tell great stories that way. So that's the gear we use on these ride-alongs, and then we come back and we do the voiceover after the fact. Somebody said, man, you got skills to be able to ride like this and to do a voiceover and watch your kids. No. We do the voiceover afterwards. I rewatch it, right? Like as I'm hitting this dock right here, I'm watching it with you and giving you my thoughts and some of the things we were thinking. And we love hitting docks, and this is just a little bit part of the lake that we're gonna go check out this morning. And I told my kids when we get up there, no messing around, just ride straight across, because come on, how many know that if one wheel falls into that mess, it is not a good. And we've not waterproofed any of our one wheels. I know a lot of you have asked if we have or we would. I've got friends that have done it, but I've not done it. I don't want to do it at the moment. Maybe that'll change at some point. But we tried to be responsible with them by not letting them fall into lakes, okay? As we're going to transition back into the cinematic stuff here, the dust flying behind your one wheel, and it just looks so good. And it's not just because of a treaded tire, because you're going to see the pints blown up dust a little bit in the background there. Someone left a comment, it looks like it's straight from a one wheel ad. Come on, it does. Right? Come on, it just makes you want to ride. As I'm noticing, my youngest daughter, Historic, is not even in the shot anymore. I might be yelling back at her going, hey, are you all right back there? Because sometimes they just fall and they don't say anything, and then you got to turn around. But she just came around the bend there as we are mobbing some dirt road. And again, this is handling it. You know, one of my favorite things about this wheel is that at this moment, it's not kicking up all of the rocks and debris on my feet, whereas the Hoosier Terrain 2, man, it just kicked it all up all the time. I do think that tread is a little bit higher and a little bit more sticky as we're checking out another lake here. Beautiful, but that water is like 50 degrees, so there would be no reason to jump into that today in 30 degrees and 50 degree water. No thank you. As my kids are wanting to fish here, they said, next time, can we come with a fishing, can we bring our fishing poles and fish? And you might see a video at some point where we go do that, as we're just checking out the beauty and about to get back onto our one wheels. But like I was saying, that Hoosier Terrain 2 tire, sticky, and you gotta like that, right? That's what you want. You want something that's gonna stick. but it just kicked the dirt up like crazy. I was picking rocks out of my Vans all for the rest of the afternoon because it was just going up there and landing in my shoes, and because I cuffed my pants, roll them, the rocks were sitting in there as well, and so I had to unroll my pants because I was just taking so much of the street back with me. And I appreciate with this is the way the tread is on here, it bites the ground, but it's not picking it up and slinging it up onto your Onewheel, which I appreciate that immensely, because I like to ride with no fender. As you're about to see what I think is one of the weaknesses of a Onewheel. It's the kryptonite to the Onewheel. It's this right here. Some of you would just go down it like a Bodie would, and if I was not facing the virus, I might attempt it. The Onewheels could make it, but I just no. Let's just walk them down today. No need to I'm all for injuries, but this one would be self-inflicting. Nope, I tried something that I shouldn't try, as we are in a season of let's not go to the hospital. We often make decisions around our house for our kids. Do we have time to go visit the hospital if we let them do what they want to do? If you watched yesterday's video, Inspire, one of our kids was climbing a tree, and we were fine with that as Epic is tying his shoe, because that's also not good. You wouldn't want to get those laces wrapped up into your wheel. But we're fine with them climbing trees and building ramps that are sketchy as long as we have time to go to the hospital. If we don't have time to go to the hospital, it's let's not do that right now. And that's how we gauge things around here. Do we have time? And right now, we have lots of time, but we don't want to go in light of what's happening in the world. Which, for us, as some states are going back to trying to open up the states and the economy, and Minnesota's got another week and a half, I think, and we were just talking the other day, there's so much out of our control right now that I'm not trying to get worked up on the things I can't control. And so my wife and I and kids, we just talk about, well, what do we control? What are we in control of? And it's our attitude. It's what's in our hands we're in control of. And so it's okay, so what's in your hand? What can we do? And that's how we built the berm. We're well, we got all this wood. Let's build something. Or, hey, we have Onewheels, we can go on a ride. And it's something about being on a ride allows you to forget about what's happening in the world right now. And that makes it super enjoyable as well. And so for the next few minutes, we're going to give you a chance just to listen to some music and watch the floating and no more commentary for a bit. And just think about what is in your hands that you could do something good with, something positive with, that would allow you to tell a story about your season in quarantine, that you go, this is what I did. This is what I built. This is what I did something creative with. What would it be for you that you're yeah, that's what I did with my time. And so as you get to enjoy us floating around as we transition back to a pavement, give some thought. What are you going to do with what's in your hand? Okay, we got this flip. Obviously, there's some pavement that is easier to ride on or quieter than others. This style of like pea gravel is much louder for any one wheel going over. If you're listening going, oh man, what, it got louder, or you're noticing a change, it's just the ground. The tire handles all of it well. As we're coming back up to a street, we're gonna go over to a golf course, but we're not riding on the golf course this time because I don't know about where you live, but the golf courses here are slammed right now. Like, shoulder to shoulder, everybody's on some. It's just crazy how many golfers are out there at the moment. And we're gonna buzz by, and they're probably gonna, what are these? They're crazy for being on a device with only one wheel. And maybe we are, but I hope today you are getting amped to get out there and ride this weekend. Wherever you're riding, we would love to see where you guys are riding. If you find us on Instagram, DM us pictures or videos of where you're riding. We want to do a video here soon of where we're going to play clips of your rides, and we're just going to break them down. Like, if you have some epic falls on video of yourself, would you DM them to us? We want to put together a video where it's some of my kids and I sitting down and watching your crashes, and then giving our reactions to it. Since we've all fallen enough, we would love that. And I know it's 21 minutes into a video, so the likelihood of all of you still watching at this point is slim, but I know that we have some great subscribers, and so at 21 minutes, we're going to give some shout outs today that we get to see your name here, and we just want to give some love. Like Andy V, thank you for always dropping a comment, and thanks for making it into our digital go-to meeting the other day. So cool to meet you. I always tell you your logo is phenomenal on YouTube, but thanks for dropping comments and being so kind in what you say. Jonathan Richards, thanks for a great comment the other day on building the berm. We just love being able to read your guys' stories. And Jason McDaniel, thanks for watching at the end the other day and then dropping a comment about the baby turtle. If you didn't watch us building the berm, you need to watch it all the way to the end. I can't say that enough. My wife rides it, which is hilarious, and then there's baby turtles coming out of the ground. So good. SPR, we hope you recover well as you are coming out of, I think it is surgery 2. Sorry to hear about that, but we hope you're doing better. I hope our content just keeps the stoke alive for you while you're still trying to recover. Mike in Tampa, always so good to see your name pop up. I was just saying to myself the other day, it has been a while since we saw your name, and then you dropped a comment on yesterday's video. So good, man, to see you. Very, very kind. KYD AWG1, thank you for your comments. Thank you for getting to see your name pop up often. We enjoy seeing what you have to write as well. And there's just so many more of you that we absolutely love. Waima, I'm not sure still pronouncing your name right. I know you sent me the pronunciation, but it's not in front of me right now. But you know what? It's so cool. Thank you for sharing the information about the little line on the tire. So cool that we can all have this community where you guys are teaching us, and we're kind of like spitting it back out to all of you as you write comments down below. We just incorporate it into our videos later, and that's what we want to do with some of the footage that you guys might send to us. Is we want to put you in these videos and just talk about your falls or where you get to ride, and the kids and I are going to sit there and watch along, and you get to see our reactions to your rides. So if you guys want to take a part in it, it'd be so cool to be able to do that with you guys. We would love to be able to be a part of the journey of what you're doing. Like Drew Crusher, Kruer. Yeah, we've gotten better on our reviews, haven't we? They just dropped a comment just saying, man, you've gotten so much better at your reviews on tires, and it's because we have more tires to compare them to. And we're always trying to get better here. We always talk about progression. We always want to progress in what we're doing. We want to be better tomorrow than we are today. We want to have learned. And sometimes to learn, you have to be willing to fail and take risks. And we do all of those things around here. We celebrate failure because that means we're trying something new. and we love it. Young filmmaker, thanks for always dropping comments. We love hearing what you're doing and how you're doing. You're always super kind in what you're saying to us, so I can't say thank you enough to your great comments. And there's so many more of you that I mean, Erica Ward, thanks for your comments. I can't wait to get out the pint treaded tire review as well. We are waiting on some tools to arrive at our house so that we might be able to do it properly and not strip out any of the bolts and stuff on there, because the pint's bolts are all custom made. So if we strip out one, I can't just go get another one from the hardware store. It would have to be shipped back to Onewheel, and I don't want to do that. So we're trying to make sure we have all the right stuff to do that, because the tire change on the pint is very different than the XR. And so we've done some research, and we realized we've got to do some of those changes before we really get into it. Changes meaning we got to get the right tools here. And then Dominique from Miami, so good to always see your comments, and thank you for the wonderful advice of dropping the PSI for my kids' pints. They love it. Not all of them wanted it dropped down, but I think the 3 riding here are riding with the PSI lower, and they're loving it, as you guys are going to get a great shot here of the lake in our backyard as we're making our journey somewhere home. Sunny blue skies today, so tremendous. What a beautiful day, what a great opportunity to ride. And I could keep reading through all of the hundreds of comments that we get from you guys. We are reading them, and we absolutely enjoy them. You guys are awesome. Keep them dropping, keep talking, keep spreading the love. Those that watched the super mega long one last time and we did the giveaway, thanks for dropping the comments down below. And I know you're like, are you going to do a giveaway on this one? I don't know. Just stay tuned. We might just do that. We've got a few more minutes left in this one, so just hang tight as we are approaching the end of this video. And it's been a pleasure to ride with you guys. I hope you guys are going to do something special for Mother's Day. Don't forget that this is your us helping you, that it is Mother's Day this Sunday, so you all better be doing something for your moms, as that buttery smooth content and cinematic look is happening again on these dusty roads. Oh, that's so amazing. I love that look, as what we're riding on here is more like sand, because that tractor is flattening it out, and it is super, super fine, like sand. There's plenty of times where I could hear my kids go, whoa, as they thought they were gonna fall over and stuff, because it's super loose. But what I gotta say is this treaded tire handled it like a champ. Even on the loose gravel, it really bit. I could see the difference in a slick to a treaded tire at this point, which was very cool to be able to see in the journey of all the tires we're making. This was a great test. I'm like, man, we need to hit some sandy spots to really test out these treaded tires as we're climbing a hill. As you saw, Epic lose his balance there, and those are some cute looking dogs there. It was like a Dalmatian mixed with something like a golden retriever perhaps, because it was a Dalmatian with long hair. And I like the lens flare as well. Those little dots over right by my leg, that's called lens flares. I like those. You see those a lot in Star Wars movies and in Star Trek. It's the lens flare. J.J. Abrams, he loves the lens flare, and I am a big fan too. So bring on more lens flare in this. As you can see, the girls in the back there, you can tell they're cruising, but like they're like, oh, falling all over the place there. So we've helped you out today, right? We've given information on a tire. We've asked you what's in your hand, and we remind you this Mother's Day. I think the Mother's Day piece is probably the best thing we could have given you today. Keep you out of trouble, as my daughters are like getting out of the way of the smoke. In 2 cars sitting there, because we already have people fishing over there for those panfish. 3, there you go, the 3rd one. So as we get to an end here, it's been a phenomenal ride with you guys today. We will do another giveaway today. If you drop a comment down below, we will have Kristen pick the best comment. We're looking for a creative comment about Onewheels, okay? So we're looking for some creativity here, something that would make Kristen go, huh, that's clever. Okay, so you're gonna drop a comment down below at this point and tell us I watched to the 30-minute mark, and then what we're gonna send to you is a Onewheel. We'll do it again. We'll give you $30 to spend at onewheel.com. We'll give you something as those other ones that yours should be shipping today. I think it should be shipping, as things are slow all over the world at the moment. So leave a comment down below. Said I watched till 30 and this is what I would like from onewheel.com. That costs $30 or so, and we'll get it shipped to you. We'll announce the winner of this next week. All right. Thank you guys for watching. If you're brand new around here and you made it this far, let's be honest, you should subscribe to it because you like this. And we put this kind of stuff out all the time, and we talk about products from Onewheel and other companies, as we're gonna do the Nug foot pad next week, as Float Life sent us one, and we're gonna test that out to see on long rides like this, you know, does it help with foot fatigue at all, or does it not? Does it help with all those bouncing around? So we're gonna do that. We have the Pint treaded tire. We have another tire coming from Float Life for the Pint as well. We're gonna put that on. And then we're gonna do a new series for beginners. We're gonna help the noobs out there. What are things that you need to be doing to get better and help you get on the road and ride? Okay, so we're grateful for you guys watching. Thanks for the views and the subs and all of those things. Be safe out there as you guys ride this weekend. Enjoy something, do something new for the first time. And remember, here on this channel, we always want to be hope dealers, faith spreaders, and love givers. That's it. That's what we're about. So hopefully today you feel some love from us in Minnesota. We hope that we did give a little bit of hope that, oh yeah, the best is still yet to come, despite the circumstances feeling pretty dark. And know that we put out this content because we love Onewheels, and we love people. We love humanity, and we want to give you escape from your reality. Okay? All right, that's it. Keep the wheels down. We'll see you on the next one, because this one, my friends, is